Hi. Today, let's discuss an interesting topic. Our life scripts decide our thinking patterns. Really? So, what do I mean by life scripts? Life scripts are unconscious patterns which we imbibe. These are the patterns of feeling, thinking, and behaving that shape how we see our own selves and how we see the world around us. Now, these scripts are deeply ingrained and they influence our decisions, our relationships, and our life paths, often without us realizing it. We don't do it consciously, these are all developing unconsciously within us. All right. So, you may ask then, when do we develop life scripts? At 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? No, 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 no. We develop all these life scripts before the age of 7. It's shocking, right? So sometimes, we behave very callous with the small children, what they will understand. We try to take our frustration on them. We scream at them, and we try to discipline. The name of discipline, I mean, no parent or no adult means bad. So we treat them thinking that they are small and they will forget tomorrow. No, but subconsciously all these things are stored, and that affects the child's personality. That is what I'm trying to bring in here. So these life scripts are formed very early in childhood, usually between birth and age 7, though they continue to be reinforced throughout life. Whatever you develop continues to be reinforced in life. That is why, even if you have a child, toddler, who doesn't know how to talk, but the brain is developing fast, you can't fight at home or you can't talk anything and everything before the child, even if they don't understand at that time. These things can get stored in their memory, which is not good for children. That we need. Let us discuss this a bit in detail. How do these scripts develop? And like why we develop. So these scripts develop based on parental messages. This I've already spoken about it. So when we hear from our parents and caregivers, or whoever are our primary caregivers, or near and dear relatives with whom you are coming in often contact with, or your uncles and aunts who are staying with you. Earlier there was a system of joint family. Now if you keep your father and mother, that is itself is a joint family. That's a different thing. But I'm talking of cohesive family structure where you're living together, or frequent visitors. So if you keep on hearing in your childhood, oh, you're so smart, you will be able to do anything. So you will develop a script ki, okay, I am capable, but that might put little pressure on you, as like okay, pressure of performance. Always I need to be perfect. Always I need to get approval. So you may always seek validation. That can be a negative impact, but the positive impact is you'll become confident and you can do anything. Or if there is a negative comment like, oh my God, you're always messy. And like you don't look as good as your mother, you don't look as good as your father. So these are all kind of things people may unknowingly blurt out, but that have a lot of effect on a child, growing up child. And also early experiences, like how we are treated and how we interpret the events. As I always say, people will behave the way they behave, but how we interpret them. What happens is, in during childhood, when we are growing up, now we are one track, like we don't have so much of life's experience, what to ignore, what to take, but what happens is we take everything what others speak seriously, because we look up to adults. We are still small, we can't sometimes give them back answers, so we keep on only absorbing. So if you are feeling loud, then you become positive. Or if you are constantly being neglected, a mother who says, "Ki, okay, kitty parties are very important me. I have to go for my exercise. I can't see what you're doing. I have to go to my work because I want that promotion." So she doesn't care if you're having an examination. I can give many examples. Or a father constantly getting busy busy in office and I want to do this. Okay, you do. Everyone has a dream to pursue, but child is a big responsibility in life. Once we bring them into the world, it's not just that we leave them to just grow up. Like, you can't leave the children to nature, especially in today's modern times. We need to take care a lot. We have to educate them, we have to protect them, and at the same time, we have to monitor how their personality is shaping up. That's very important, according to me. Of course, I'm expressing my feelings and I'm not, anyway. And also family and cultural influences, So, what kind of expectations are kept in a family, and what values the child inherits, and what tradition is passed on from family and society? See, in one family, what I know, I mean, one South Indian family, the father is a scientist, mother also is a postgraduate, and all the uncles and aunts, like they're all IAS, or they have done their engineering, and all bright people, like, and they have gone for IITians, like, I mean, those kind of structure. Now, this particular son of theirs, like the family, what I know, he's also a software engineer. It's not that he's a dumb or anything like that, but he's the only child, and constantly there was a comparison by the parents also, especially the father, you know constant comparison. Look at your uncle, look at your aunt. Your aunt also could go to IIT, and what is wrong with you? You didn't go. It's not everything in life, yeah. What IIT? Like, it's okay. How well you interpret your knowledge later in life, and how you lead a life, and how you happily lead a life means, I'm not assessing anybody in terms of money, or in terms of what gadgets they have or any white goods, or in terms of larger house or a larger bigger car. No, those things are immaterial. Are you happy at the end of the day is what matters. So you could be happy even staying in a 2 BHK apartment and having a very ordinary car. You could be very unhappy living in a lavish apartment and having 2 or 3 big imported cars. So then what is the use? So you can't compare that money thing. Like, all the material happiness is not the true happiness. Anyway, so that is a family and cultural influence that children absorb. And also reinforcement over time. This is a very dangerous zone. What happens, as we grow, the worst thing about us is subconsciously we have those soaked in those experiences, and we confirm that script. Whatever has happened, we make it stronger and stronger. See, there are 10, you suppose, like, I will tell you, if you have, your father has loved you so much, provided everything and all, but one day he behaved very bad with you, which had upset you very badly as a child. You will remember all the 100 things your father did for you, but you will remember only one thing, what messed up the relation between you and him. Why? Because we have the habit of focusing only on the negative things. So that is what you should realize and try to rewire your brain. So you need to understand in what context, what mood, and what situation the person says, or just leave it like that and proceed further. But we may not have that much of you know processing power at that time. But as you grow old, go back and visit those moments, and then just control alt delete. I'm talking in a computer language here, so just delete them from your memory is what I would say. So it is always that replaying that record makes us, whatever incident happens, we keep on replaying and replaying and replaying in mind, and we never let us forget that. That is what is the cause of hurt. Okay, so just ignore whatever is done, and forget and move on. That is what I would like to say. Now, what are the types of life scripts we will discuss? See, some life scripts are positive, they lead to success. Okay, and while some of them are I wouldn't call it as negative, but they are limiting and they kind of hold us back, pull us back. So, let us take some examples. Say, for example, I must always be perfect. That is a life script I developed. This leads to a lot of anxiety and fear of failure. Such adults, when even in adulthood, Some people are always anxious and they just don't want to take any chance because they are always fearing failure. So this script also has come from somewhere in the childhood where the parents and the adults or the teachers constantly kept on telling that this is not right, you have to do like this, you have to do like this. So you hampered it on the child's brain that needs to be always perfect. So that performance anxiety comes for children. Then, also telling the children, young children, you will never succeed. Every exam you do like this, you don't write the things well. You're so intelligent, but you don't use your, these conversations are very common. Parents used to walk into my cabin when I was a principal and director. They would say, no, ma'am, actually my son is very brilliant, but this fellow doesn't pay attention at all. He has to play. He has got lot of distraction. He doesn't. I know he will never succeed at this rate. See, a mother or father meant very good for their child. They are not their child's enemies. But somewhere when you talk like this in front of a child, it affects the personality and always like, thinking, okay, I am never going to succeed in life. So it causes a self-sabotage, what we call in psychological terms. And also, suppose you talk something like good, like, people are kind and I'm safe. If this feeling the child develops, this gives them encouragement. It encourages confidence and also trust. Now, the next question is, can life scripts be changed? Now, okay, whatever happened when I was growing up or when you are growing up, we didn't have control over how our teachers behaved, how our parents behaved, how our siblings behaved. Everybody has their own psyche, right? They behave the way they want. Now, suppose I have developed some negative tendencies or negative scripts. Is there any way out? That is the most important thing we need to reflect. Okay, what happened? That's okay. Now, how are we going to rectify the situation? Can we change our life scripts? Yes, most certainly, most definitely, you can change your limiting beliefs or you can change your limiting scripts. But the first step is you need to recognize them. Once you recognize, then half the battle is won. Because most of the times we don't understand our own flaws and we are not prepared to accept that we can make mistake. That is our biggest enemy. All other troublemakers, if anybody is troubling us also, they are not our enemies. How we interpret their conversation or how we replay it in our mind, that is our enemy. I'll talk about it later. Today I'll concentrate on the life scripts only. So by recognizing the limiting script or patterns, then we have to try to replace them. Now, how are we going to replace them? We have to replace them with empowering beliefs, empowering words. We can reshape our thought process or thinking patterns. And like there are different techniques. If you are really having too much of emotional burden, there is nothing wrong in going to a therapist and taking therapy. You can practice mindfulness. You can practice affirmations. Affirmation work very beautifully. And of course, inner work. Internally, you have to change. We talk so many things, but how many of us really want to walk that path? That is very important because everybody has every knowledge. We know everything, but how are we interacting? How are we reacting to that knowledge? How we are interpreting that knowledge is very, very important. Suppose you have a limiting script, let us say, I'm not good enough. See, again, this belief has formed from your childhood experiences, maybe, constant criticism or constant comparison with others. It could be your parents or teacher or whatever, or lack of encouragement. Sometimes, even in the classroom situation, also, teachers mean good to you. No teacher is bad. I'm also basically a teacher. I will never doubt anybody's intention, but unintentionally, teachers might end up telling, oh, you got so much of intelligence, but don't use. Look at your best friend, how well he is doing, and what are you doing? See, the child develops that inferiority complex. Yes, teacher is right, because at that time, especially till they come to their teenagers, from almost like from your kindergarten, pre-primary kids are very loving and they adore you, teachers. When they come to primary, they start learning little ways of the world and they may end up criticizing a teacher. But remember one thing, I never punished a child who criticized me. Of course, not in front of me. I used to come and come to know. but I never punish them because they are trying to explore the world. And maybe when a child doesn't get required attention, they end up criticizing us. They are not our enemies. I love all my children. Those who criticized me, those who didn't criticize me, those who loved me or those who didn't like me. I love all of them because that is what a teacher's heart should be. Anyway, so these scripts, like, uh, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, or lack of encouragement, it develops. Now, how will this script impact you is important point to ponder here. So it leads to self-doubt, any or lack of confidence or low self-esteem. Any decision you take, oh my God, am I going to be successful? I'm not talking of a school kid, I'm talking of adults now. You may be a mother or you may be even a grandmother. So that time, oh my God, like, will I be able to do this? What will others say? Will this be approved? And also, fear of failure is the worst enemy of mankind, All the time we are scared, like what others will say. To wear a particular thing also, oh my God, are they going to comment about it? Or how will I look? Will I look fat? Will I look thin? Hell with others, yeah. What you look into the mirror. If you like yourself, go ahead. I to live my life like that. I don't care. In the sense, I don't give too much importance to anybody. Like, if I'm convinced that I'm not doing anything wrong, yes, I'm right, on the right path, that way. So, fear of taking risks also. Such people always want to be in a safer zone. You ask them to do one thing, they will come out with 10 long excuses. No, 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 no. This is happening, that is happening. I can't do this, I can't do that. So many excuses. These are all the things of like low self-esteem. Or, like they may be feeling unworthy of success, or sometimes even this kind of feeling can lead to being unworthy of love also. So this is a danger sign again. So now let us understand how to rewrite the scripts for us. Like, I'll take one example only. So anything, like suppose you say, like, identify the origin, why I am thinking like this, or why I'm getting this thing. So I told identification is the biggest powerful thing, right? So ask yourself, when did I first start believing this limit, whatever I said, self-doubt cutting, what we discussed just now. So when did I develop it? And then, who or what reinforced this idea? That is very important. Was it your peer? Was it your sibling? Was it your mother, father, uncle, aunt, or anybody, like who reinforced this idea? So it could be anybody. We can't define, okay, like, because everybody, all of us grow up in different situations and different circumstances. Now, the point is, once you identify that, you need to challenge that script. Now, how are you going to challenge this? Look for evidence that contradicts it. So you have start listing what achievements you have done, however small they are. Don't bother. So you think, oh, I have accomplished so many things in my life, and I have learned new skills, and I helped so many people. I have helped my friends whenever they were in need, and I have overcome many challenges personally or professionally also. Then how can I doubt myself? So this is the way you have to seriously have dialogue with yourself. There is no need to go and talk to others. You talk to yourself and find out. Then replace this your negative dialogue with empowering script. Now, create a new and a positive statement and repeat it and reinforce it. We say na, affirmation, affirmation. Affirmation is nothing. Like, it is a way to manifest the things. You have to. But just by saying, suppose today I want to manifest, I want to buy, say, Mercedes car. By just telling, I want to buy a Mercedes car, I want to buy, you will not. You have to work, you have to rewire your brain in that connection. You have to work hard, you have to save money, and you have to weigh the pros and cons, like what is going to be, will it fit my budget, or when I can afford, at what stage of my life afford, or is it okay if I don't have Mercedes? That's okay. So you will come to that. So you won't feel anything lacking. That is most important thing in life. So the new script could look something like this. I am capable and worthy of doing anything as just as I am. I don't have to be looking like a model to look good. I look good. Why should I compare myself to others? Or I don't have to be as intelligent and as charming as XYZ because I myself am charming. I myself am intelligent. So that is a conversation you will have to take. And you know what? You also have to understand that as we age, we are growing, we are improving, because life is a great teacher. Experiences teach us. So we have been growing, we have been, developing our faculties. We have got more patience than when we compared in teens and young adults, that kind of a thing. And you know what? Take some small actions to reinforce this new script. It need not be a big event like, tomorrow nobody is going, if I dream, nobody is going to come and give me Padma Shri because I'm so good, I keep on telling. It's not that. Celebrate small successes and small wins. Make a habit of writing down, so practice self-compassion and, surround yourself with supportive people. That is most important. I will be talking about how your friends can pull you down or they can push you forward. Also, I will talk about it in some other time. And also use affirmations and visualization. Say, like, I am enough, I'm good enough, I'm worthy, and my worth is not defined by others. My worth is decided by who I am, and I love the way I am, and I am good, and I'm going to remain so, and I'm growing every day, I'm learning every day. So visualize yourself succeeding and feeling confident. That really helps, And what is the transformation when you do all these steps is old belief was I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. That was your old belief, right? Now, newer belief, what you have developed is I am growing, I am learning, and I'm worthy of success, I'm worthy of happiness, I'm worthy of love. So, this is the way your script is going to change. If you want to explore more on this topic, please read my book, Rethink and Rewire Your Brain. It's a beautiful book. Like, I'll tell you like what it contains little later. So this book is available on Amazon and all other platforms worldwide. You can check out for links in the description. And also all other books you can explore. I have put a, books compiled one image at the end of this video. So check that out and also visit my website. That is aruhoskeri.in. You could visit my website. All right. To talk little more about this book, Rethink and Rewire Your Brain, this is completely like, I am a big follower of Eric Berne. Eric Berne actually had transformed the way of thinking, why we behave the way we behave. I had read it in my college days, but couldn't make much sense. That time, everybody used to read, so I read. I'm talking of late 70s. Everybody used to read, and I also had read, but it didn't make much sense to me. So when I started facing a lot of problems, and people behaving weird around, so I read that book. It's a very powerful book. And then games people play, and then I'm okay, you're okay. So these are all the kinds of books, self-help books I read. And my book, Rethink, Rewire Your Brain, is based on the principles of Eric Berne and transactional analysis, and there is much more to it. Please explore. So, thank you for today. Bye. Thanks. Thanks for watching. See, these are my books published worldwide. The first row, what you are seeing is the Master Resilient Mindset, Domino Effect, and Master Creative Thinking, Master Learning Styles, Master Meta Learning, Rethink and Rewire Your Brain, Differentiated Learnings Made Simple, and Active Learning Strategies, Decode Your Dreams, Master Adaptive Intelligence, and also resilient journal, like to develop resilience. These 10 books on the top row, these are all belonging to uh, a cognitive mastery series. And below on the left side, there are two books about narcissism. These belong to dark psychology, like narcissistic gaslighting recovery and narcissistic parental abuse recovery. Very powerful books. Then this Shiva I'm a big fan of Shiva, so I have written about my understanding of Shiva. Of course, there are multiple books on Shiva and Shaivite philosophy. But whatever I have understood, I have expressed in that. So in this series, currently there is only one book, and the next series, what you see on the right hand side is this is natural health and alternative healing series. So these are all different books on home remedies. So I mean, I'm just reading in order. Like first one was home remedies for women ailments. Then sorry, healthy heart with herbal remedies, and then healthy skin with herbal remedies, then skincare secrets, and then your hair care secrets, like and then ageless beauty. So you will get all lot of DIYs. Also, I have given with their ingredients and how they can transform your skin and your looks. And another book, last book in this series is about aches to ease, all kinds of aches and backache, headache, everything. Like I have covered that aspect. So this series is not the end of it. It will continue, but as and when I feel like writing, I write. I'll be soon starting on. I'll be soon publishing narcissistic awareness series. So you will get the notification. Thank you.